Rich, couple weeks on from that Halifax win now. What's it been like in camp?
Yeah, always after a win, very positive. A few smiles on faces and just getting some bodies rested. Really, we had a few bumps and bruises from the game and leading into that game, so it's just give us an opportunity just to rest them, um, get over that, and be ready for London.
On the performance itself from that game, it's probably our most complete performance of the season so far, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, we completed really high, and we speak about it most weeks, and 9 times out of 10, the team that completes, up in the 80s usually comes away with the result. And in that game we was 90% at first half. Overall we finished at 88%. So we put them under pressure, but as well they did us as well. They weren't far off it. It was a really good game, but again we just took our opportunities when they came. And yeah, just really happy for the boys and for everybody involved to get that result.
Days like that kind of show that when it's our day, we can be right up there, can't we?
Yeah, when we keep telling them that, you hold the ball, you finish, put them under some pressure, take some energy out of them, and we've got the players that can create and score points. We haven't had problems, even when we've lost to score points, by the York game, but all the others, Oldham and that we score 24 points and still don't get the result, so we're we're happy how we're travelling in that aspect. It's just making sure we back it up, and that's the key thing for us this week.
This week, then London Broncos. What are you expecting from that challenge?
Yeah, it's a tough one, because of the situation they're in. They're recruiting, loans left, right, and centre. So it's hard to sort of prep. I think this week's going to be a real big focus on us again, making sure we back up what we did, and we get the little things right to help us get the result.
When you look at that league table, they're obviously second bottom going into this weekend, but it's kind of still all about us and making sure we get it right rather than anything to do with them, isn't it?
Yeah, look, they've put in some good performances and had some close losses, so they're not far off getting wins. And we've just got to make sure we're not that team. We can't be gifting them field position, because again they've got some quality who can, and some punch that can cause problems near our line. So we need to make sure that they're as far away from it as possible. So that's us finishing our sets, us putting them in pockets, and defending hard, and forcing errors really.
During your time with the club, we've obviously played London in the Challenge Cup in 2023, which didn't go our way that day. It'd be nice for them to kind of, if they come up here and it went our way this time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, look, they're in a different situation to where they were then, and they're building again. They're having to rebuild, which we're going through that process as well. So look, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be very physical. It's going to be very very quick. They've got some fast outside backs, and if they've got them Wigan lads that they had like that last week in Sheffield, some energy and some quality.
Regardless of kind of the situations that the two clubs are in now, it's been 31 years since the Dons beat London. They were London Crusaders then, but that the kind of challenge is to become that team that has beat them now, won't it, this weekend?
It'd be nice, we got the Sheffield one. Yeah, it'd be nice to get that. We'll prepare, to get for the performance that hopefully gets the win.
On the squad front, by the time this interview goes out, Jason Tarley and Andre Savelio both gone to goal. What's the thinking behind those two moves?
Yeah, look, they've been training with the lads now, and just need some game time. At this moment in time, the way the boys are playing, and it's hard to put them in our squad, so we need to get them out there and getting the bodies hit and being in that game environment for long periods, and it's just an opportunity for them to get that.
And going to goal as well, League One clubbers now, it's competitive for him as well, isn't it?
It's very competitive. We know a lot about it. We spent a fair few years in there. It's very physical. It's very challenging, and I'm sure they'll go there and help and add to what Gould have already got.
The rest of the squad, then, obviously, without giving too much away, are we looking going into this weekend?
Yeah, like I say, we've got a few fitness tests. Probably end up being on Friday. We'll give them as long as possible to make themselves available. So they'll be most of them will be in the 21-man squad. So yeah, it'll be all dependent on that Friday really. But we're in a good bill of health, and hopefully that continues.
We've obviously got these two home games coming up, and after that we've got that block where we're kind of on the road. It'd be nice to kind of finish on a high going into that block where we are. back on our travels?
Yeah, look, we like playing at our ground. You know, we usually put in a really solid performance there, and if we do that, we won't be far away of getting the results. We've got two really tough teams, you know, one that's at the top end and one that's at the bottom. So it's all about the mindset of how we approach these. Because physically now you're not going to get much fitter and stronger, so it's all between the ears and making sure the bodies are ready for them games.